Hello guys, how are you all today? I've just found my dream paper on Friday, so it's the first time that I'm gonna get to try that out, and I'm so happy that I get to share that with you guys. So yeah, first time trying out my dream paper. Been looking for it for ages. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Jovanes Lopez. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so amazing with all the support. Thank you. You're so sweet. So sweet. You should be able to use the hamster emoji now. So I've added some cool new rewards for you guys on Twitch. If you guys have the points, you can redeem those and see what they unlock. Yay, hamsters! My winged hamsters. So yeah, I don't know if you guys have paid attention to all the terrible luck I've had with my paint over the past week. So I tried some terrible paper out. I'll show you briefly what I mean. So this was a terrible watercolor that we played around with last week, which was horrible. And then I moved on, and I'll show you quickly what we worked on after that. One of the best emotes I've seen, if not the absolute best. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was inspired by, so I've done 2 pieces that feature my winged hamster, and yeah, I wanted to have it. It's obviously one of my iconic characters, so I wanted to have it as one of the tiered sub emotes. So we then moved on to my mom's really good watercolor paper, which I did love. But I wanted to get something that just had like not as much texture. I don't know if you guys can see the texture on the stream, but this does have a little bit of texture, and so it wouldn't let my blenders blend the graphite really smoothly. So I wanted to have something different. So I'll show you what I got. I got myself some Canson Bristol paper. And my concern with this was that the watercolor wouldn't absorb very well into it, because as soon as I felt the paper, it was extremely smooth. Like so smooth that it just feels even less textured than the paper in my sketchbook. So yeah. I had some concerns, let's just put it that way. But it definitely did absorb. I've tested it out on a separate piece, so it works. It looks so lovely. Your art is simply adorable. Oh, thank you so much. And thanks again so much for this sub. I really do appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So yeah, today we will be continuing and actually see what I can get this paper to do, which will be exciting. Have you guys had a good weekend? Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Hovannes, thank you. You're way too sweet. Thank you so much for gifting that sub. I really appreciate that. So yeah, sorry if I'm a little bit focused here with her hair, but I don't want to go over any lines that I've done. So I need to just keep a good eye on what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, the main thing I'd wanted that I couldn't achieve with my digital coloring in Procreate was, you know, I was missing out on the nice, lovely, organic, I guess, layering you could achieve with watercolor. You know, you can get that beautiful just organic textures that the paint creates naturally, and I couldn't achieve that with my digital coloration. So yeah, it was just really on the hunt lately for a paper that could do what I wanted to achieve, and it's been a real chore trying to find good paper. You know, I had a very specific requirement, I guess, but I'm so happy that I finally found it and we're best friends again. So yeah. So I'm gonna go over with so much mixed media in this. I've been using Fabriano for my paper. Really? Which kind? On the contrary, thank you so much for the lovely hamster emotes. No, you're so welcome. I'm glad you get to enjoy those. Yes, I've had a good weekend. Thank you. I hope yours has been even better. Yeah, I've actually been kind of sick over the weekend, so been resting up a lot, but not too bad. I mean, it's nothing a little sleep won't fix, so. But yeah, hopefully I can get a lot more done tonight and tomorrow as well, because yeah, I'm excited. So excited to get this tried out and see where I can go with it. I was also concerned whether the watercolor would actually give me that beautiful flecking that it gives me on watercolor paper on this, because it's that smooth, you know. I wasn't sure if that would work, because I mean, I have no issue coloring these digitally, but I am trying to move to completely traditional to media just because I like that. I prefer working traditionally. So yeah, this has been a huge exciting find for me. By the way, Robin, it's been a long time. Hope you have been well. Glad to see you guys know each other. Bread Soda, hi, welcome. I love your art style. It's cute and surreal at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. That is the point. Agreed.
You're
cute.
welcome.
Whoops. Thanks, Siri. Agreed, cute and surreal. I call it surreally cute. Thanks. Yeah, hello there, Havanes. Glad you guys are all here at the moment, because I've been a little bit late for my stream, so I wasn't quite sure if you guys would turn up on Sunday evening. So the nice thing I love about watercolor is sometimes you can think you've gone too dark, and it can be a little bit concerning, but the watercolor actually dries a lot lighter than, you know, you put it down, so you can generally luck out like that. And happily, in my case, I'm gonna go over so many times anyway, so it won't be an issue. Won't be an issue at all. My brother's been joining in on some gaming matches. They're full grouped together, and after I finish the stream, I'm gonna go and rewatch that live stream, because I'm super keen to see how he performed, really. See if he's set the family name proud, so to speak. So yeah. That is what I will be doing after I get off my live stream. After I finish my beautiful painting. Which I should probably sleep, but you know, usually I get a little bit too hyped up and excited when I finish a drawing that it gets a little bit hard to wind down, so I don't think that will be happening. He must bring honor to the family name. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, otherwise we'll just have to assume that he was adopted, you know? There shall be no other excuse for that. Failure is not acceptable. But yeah. That will be a whole heap of fun. So he plays Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. And it's a very, very old game, but a very competitive game. So, not to be taken lightly, that's for sure. So I will be adding some color to her eyes, but for the moment, I just want to be, I guess, playing around with just the shading, and then I'll start figuring out what I want to do with color, because that can happen a little bit later. Not too important at the moment. I've never played it nor seen it, but it sounds kind of intense. I hope the family name has been honored properly. Yeah, me too, honestly. I mean, it was a big risk letting him play, you know, being such a noob and all. But no, I'm just kidding. He's not a noob. He's actually one of the top 3 in the game, so yeah, it's super fun, but this was more of like a communal one. It was a less competitive event, so at least there's that to excuse him if it didn't go well. Apparently he did lose the last game, but they have this one map that they always win, and nobody can beat them on it. And so that's nice payback, so. But I think in general they did pretty good, if it, from the sounds of it. So I'm keen to watch that after this. That's for sure. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I was intending with this. So if you have a look at that, hopefully it'll focus. There we go. That beautiful flecking that you can get with watercolor paint on her shoes, and you can see a little bit here on her head as well. So I can't get that done digitally because it just comes out really flat. He brings honor through competitive gaming, and you being honor through absolutely gorgeous artwork. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you think my work is honorable enough for the family name. But yeah, I'm definitely not as good as he is in the gaming department. I don't suck, but I'm not as good as him, because he's quite incredible to watch. So I'm going to go over with very light little gouache highlights once I have all my watercolors set and all my graphite set. So this painting has a long journey ahead of it, but it's the first time I get to try out the technique that I'm doing at the moment, and I am overly excited. So been a long time waiting to try this out. Looking dope, thank you. Thank you. And this little guy brings honor just by being an adorable cutie. Thank you. Thank you. He's definitely a magical hamster, so yeah. He's quite adorable indeed. I am so sad that we cannot have hamsters here in Australia. It breaks my heart because I would totally have one if we could. But unfortunately, they are illegal here because we have too many native species and they want to try and protect those. So I just have to keep dreaming that one day maybe I will be able to live in the States for a little bit and have a hamster. But I don't really want to leave home, so there's that. So I'll just draw my own hamsters. Oh, what? I didn't know that was a thing. Chinchillas are illegal here, so I feel your pain. Whereabouts are chinchillas illegal? Going to grab a coffee. Sure thing, take your time. Enjoy that. California? For real? That's so weird. I mean, do you know what the reason is for that? I mean, you guys already have so many chinchillas in other states, so it would be extremely odd that they don't allow them there. Now I need to go very lightly to try and get her skin tone set. Gotta figure out what color I want that for that. Because I don't want her to be I don't want her to be too tan because she's a vampire after all. So I have to make sure it's a nice fresh skin tone that I'm working with. This should do perfectly, so yeah. That's exactly what I want. So I'm just setting down a very light layer at the moment because I don't want to start out too dark, but I'll probably go over it once I have this set down. So this board is actually like super thick. You guys probably can't see how much of that I've put down because I haven't done it very dark at all. I've gone really light, but I need to mix some more up of that because I need to go over and also do her hands. So I think it's because of the heat if I was a betting person, but I haven't really looked into it. Just remember reading about it briefly a few years back. Might have changed. Is that like a health thing for the chinchilla's sake, or is that like it sounds like it's to protect the chinchillas and not, you know, which would be good, I guess. So I'm definitely going to go over that face more to bring the color in. I just want to start, I don't want to go too dark because I want to make sure that you can really tell that she's a vampire and not lose that sort of pale look, you know. Awesome. I love vampires, by the way, and this art piece is giving me so much life. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, vampires are awesome. Like, I don't know. I wish they were real. I actually read that, they can't see their own reflection in the mirror. So, yeah, but apparently today, because mirrors don't aren't, made of, I think it's I'm pretty sure it's silver. That would imply that these days, because most mirrors are made differently, vampires would be able to see themselves in a mirror because it's that I think it's the metal silver that doesn't respond to them. Yeah, I think chinchillas can't sweat, so they can't stand intense heat or they become ill, the poor things. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, that would make sense then. Then it's like actually a good thing that they don't allow them there, I suppose. But I mean, you could just have like a really good cooling system and have that be a requirement for having a chinchilla. My fiance has one, so I know a bit more about them. Really? Can you please post a picture of hers on my Discord channel? I'd love to see it. That's so cute. They can see their reflection, right? I'm not sure. All I know is other people definitely can't. That I do know. I'm not sure whether they can see their own, but I do know that other people definitely cannot see theirs. So pretty interesting, I thought. So yeah, these will, once I finish all of these up, I'll put them up as prints. But steadily, I have a lot of work in front of me because I need to do all of the Joloween sketches and get them all colored in, get them all done. So, and I did a lot, so I'm very happy. Definitely got a lot done over this period. This last month was very, very incredibly creative, and I got heaps of work pushed out, and you guys kept me company for so much of it because part of it I didn't live stream, but most of the time I was live streaming. So you guys were definitely involved with a lot of these drawings creations. So I'm trying to very slowly build up the coloring. I don't want to go too dark or too light because, you know, you can always add, but you can't take away. So I'm trying to make sure I keep that in mind. I don't have a picture on my PC, but I'll try to get one and show you. Definitely do, definitely do. I would totally love to see what hers looks like. Do you know what color it is? Like, I'm sure you do, but what color is it? I'd love to see it. Yeah, this paper is truly incredible and working exactly the way that I wanted. I am absolutely so happy. I feel like I was not so involved because I just joined recently, but I have been seeing your amazing art for a while now on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, I know, and you have been so supportive with that. Actually just realized who you are now. Thank you so much again for subbing. I love your photography. But yeah, you've been following me up for a very long time, so You are definitely quite involved, I would say. My favorite stuff that you've done is the Alice in Wonderland stuff. Do correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm thinking of the wrong person. I'm sorry if I am mistaking you and your username, but Robin, welcome! Welcome back. Hope your coffee was nice. You are thinking about my fiance. Okay, okay. My apologies then. She introduced me to your artwork. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm really glad she did a bit of a little shout out for me. That's so kind of her. It's a tasty one, really? Oh no, you're making me crave coffee now so badly. I'm gonna have to make a coffee break. I actually have this plush collectible toy that I have been wanting to purchase now for virtually forever, and it's very hard because they're in super limited runs. So every time I try to order one, I miss out. So I've set myself a little bit of a break alarm during the stream, so I'll make a little bit of a break around a couple of hours. If we're still streaming then, I don't know, maybe we won't, but then I'll try to maybe do a little bit of a coffee break as well. So I have to hold out till then. I don't know, will I be able to? That sounds impossible at the moment. So I'll show you guys up closer. It's very, I've just started adding in a little bit of light here and there. Also to her hands. There you go. So yeah, I think I do need to make her dress grey, but I'm gonna need to try and incorporate a few other colors into that as well. I don't want it to be all grey, and I do want the little bat to have maybe some slight touch of brown, I guess. I saw you painted on a skateboard. I didn't paint that directly onto the skateboard, but I got it vinyl printed, so that was one of my digital pieces, which is from a long time ago. But yeah, I did do some printing on a skateboard. So it was done through a local company here in Adelaide, actually, and the guy was super friendly and really incredibly talented at his work. So it was lovely to work with him, really. And then you know, I actually have the skateboard still up in my other room. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. Awesome experience to create that. Unfortunately, my skateboards are super expensive to try and ship internationally, so that's the downside of it. Can't really do a whole lot about that. Dope. Well, it looks good from the pictures I see. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it came out really nice. I was happy with it. It's always a struggle, you know, knowing how something like that is gonna turn out. You never know. So you sort of have to just take a gamble, I guess. Yeah, I'm from Australia here too. Skateboarding is my new hobby. Really? That's awesome. One of my favorite songs is the Skater Boy song from Avril Lavigne. So, yeah, I've never really skateboarded properly. I have a skateboard and I've like messed around with it casually, but not anything serious. So I have a lot of admiration for people who do that seriously though. It looks hard. Like, what would you say is one of the harder things about it for you? He wasn't a skater boy, she said. See you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Yeah. Yeah, true. I always like the memes they do. He was a skater bird or he was a skater goat or something. So those are good memes for sure. I love this big, nice and fat brush. It's gorgeous. It's I don't know. I always like my brushes and I find them super cool. I have to work real quick because it's gonna start drying and setting down some lines that I may not want. So, which it already has started doing. So I'll need to try and work this paint as quickly as possible. We don't want to have unwanted lines here. That's like the downside about watercolors. You have to move so quick, and with oils you have to be patient because it takes forever to dry, and so it's a bit of a, I like both, but why can't they just dry when I need them to, right? So yeah, that is definitely getting me the I'll show you the flecking that I'm looking for that I don't get digitally, which is nice. I'm so happy to see that because yeah, it's perfect. This paper is in every way doing what I wanted it to. So I only just conquered the fear of going up a ramp and coming back down. What do you mean? Like, you've got a fear of ramps? That's a pretty odd one. I've never heard about that before. I am so in love with this paper. It's so perfect, really. Fear of ramps for sure. Well, I'm so glad that you've conquered your fear. From the sounds of it, that's very helpful when you get to overcome something. So I hope that it stays that way for you. Have you always had a fear of ramps? I think I need to pull up my sketch from Halloween. So only went on a skateboard. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. I forgot completely that we'd been talking about skateboards, so I was a bit lost there. I thought that's a very random fear. That makes more sense actually. So I'm trying to find where I did that sketch. So there we go. Then I can put her up and keep her as a reference. Could you please just stay on there so I can have a look at you? Not gonna lie, as a guy, I fear them too. I need to get something to hold this so it doesn't flip over. I need to look at my painting and drawing at the same time. So I'll show you what I'm really happy with. So all of this beautiful, beautiful flecking, I couldn't achieve that digitally, and that's exactly what I'd wanted to achieve. So very, very, very happy with this paper and what it's allowed me to do. Very, very happy. So yeah, she's going to have a little white section there, but I do need to give it some color. So what I'm gonna do is try to do a little bit of blue, but just very, very lightly. Because I want it to look white and different, but it does need some color because otherwise it's going to look undone, and I don't want that, so. And I think we need a little blue as well on, just trying to build up some colors here, so. On her shoes. I'll probably put that in her hair as well. It doesn't get any better than watching an artist painting something they are really happy they created. It's the best. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's never the same when you're working on a piece that you're not happy with. I think it can be hard to hold back, you know, the frustration. So yeah. If she could see her own reflection on a non-silver mirror, she would see how lovely she is. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully I need to do her justice. So yeah, she's definitely getting there. So I need to decide, I don't want to give her natural colored eyes. She's going to have some nice vampire-like eyes, but I don't want them pink, and at the moment it's a bit hard to get that color that I want, so she's gonna have to have red eyes for sure to show that she is a vampire. This paper is super tolerant of everything I'm making it do. It's crazy. I wasn't thinking it was gonna let me do so much. Because it's you know, sometimes you can only work watercolor just so much before the paper kind of gives in. And this is really letting me work with it quite well, so yeah, truly happy with the result. So have you guys figured out the myth yet? Is it only the vampire themselves that can't see the reflection, or is it everybody? We need to get to the bottom of that. Can a vampire see their reflection in glass or from a puddle? Yes, I'm pretty sure. It's only only silver mirrors that apparently don't respond to them. So I'm not sure whether it's other people who can't see them, or they themselves can't see in the reflection in the silver mirror as well. But apparently that is what it said. So vampires cannot see their reflection, and well, I don't know if the vampire can see it, but other people can't. I'm pretty sure no one can't, not even the vampire, because I think it just doesn't reflect off of them. So yeah. Yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to see this one once it's done. So I'm gonna have to pull my gouaches out at some point, but can a vampire see? Hang on, I think your message got deleted for some reason, because I saw it pop up and then it was just gone. Interesting. I'd go with the vampire can't see and other people can't see. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I would say definitely, I agree with that. I'd say neither of them could see the reflection. That's what it sounds like. I think it got auto-modded because I must have used a questionable word. Well, I don't think you did, because when I started reading it, like, I couldn't see anything that was, like, what I would think is on the list. So, I don't know. The auto-modder does some weird stuff sometimes, so I'm sorry about that. I do need to look into why it's so strange. Yeah, definitely. definitely happily surprised with how well this paper lends itself to watercolor, because it did say that it was tolerant to some light washes, but it didn't say that you could like do some actual watercolor on it. And you know, I wasn't wanting that out of it, so you know, as long as it was able to stay, you know, somewhat usable, then that's what I would like out of it. And so far, so good. So yeah, very surprised. That's sweet. So it's not actual watercolor paper? No, it is this stuff. So it's Bristol paper that I'm working with. So I got myself some Canson Bristol paper. It's supposed to be really good for illustrating and mixed media. So I wanted it because well, I was hoping it would be super smooth and lend itself well to both my watercolor and my graphite mechanical pencil sketching. So I wanted something that could do both of those. Damn interesting experiment here with the paper. Thank you. Yes, I've done a lot of paper hunting, I can tell you. So very happy. But so yeah, we've made some decent progress here on her body. The little bat is now colored. I don't think I want to go over a whole lot more with her face. I may have a think about that, but yeah, slowly she's getting there, and I'm getting this nice sort of flecking that I wanted that I can't get digitally, so that I am extremely happy about, for sure. So yeah, very excited to go further with her, that's for sure. So I'll need to start adding in some tiny little light eyebrows. So I'll get myself a little brush for that, because I don't want to go too thick. I want to be very nice and delicate. There we go. So I'll probably play around with a whole lot of gouache over to get some nice vibrant color going with that, with her eyes, I think. I want to get it nice and vibrant. So just trying to fill in as much information as possible, but I'm gonna go over with so many more layers, so what I do at the moment is definitely not too much of an issue. As long as I can get the general idea there, that's all I really want. So I think I want to give her a nice, beautiful, bright red gem as well, in like right under that dress of hers. I think I want to make it a nice, either a black, but I can start with red and see if I'm happy with red, and then go black. Because I think a nice, beautiful gem in red is gonna do just the thing for me. Gotta have her eyes nice and bright red so everybody can see that she's a beautiful vampire. What brand of watercolors? So I'm using, I'll show you, I'm using Schminky. So these are my watercolors, and yeah, it's just a small little Schminky palette that I've got. I'm very happy with them. I don't know if they're necessarily the best. I think there's probably a lot of people with different preferences with watercolor, but because I'm not, trying to do anything real crazy with watercolor, I want to sort of lay down colors and then go over in my mixed media. That is essentially all I really need out of it, so not a big concern of mine, really. So I'll just go and quickly look at some references for the little bat, because I want to try and get him as fluffy as possible. But I think we've essentially got enough of that color in that I wanted. I don't want to go, I don't want to go too dark. But I think that it's just quite there, really nicely. It's got the beautiful, if it would focus, it's got the beautiful flecking there that I wanted, which is the main thing. So I need to do that wood. Probably do that with my bigger brush, actually. Oh no, the little one should work well. So go over that in some nice black to get that looking a little bit more brown, a little bit more like the bat, I guess, which is the goal. But essentially we're getting there. Oh yeah, I've heard Viola talk about those a lot recently. Really, what is her recommendation? Because I think she uses them quite frequently from memory. So what was her experience? Or are you talking about the schminky ones? Is that what she was really happy with? Because I like those definitely. So I'm trying to add just some couple of other colors into her, you know, her grey dress here. Yeah, she has a couple schminky ones and she hella loves them, really. That's cool, that's good to know. She really does experiment with so many different mediums, doesn't she? Like, whenever I'm on, she's trying to push herself to a new level, learning this, learning that. It's incredible. And like when I started watching her art a couple of years ago, you know, looking at it now, she's progressed so much. It was so crazy, amazing to see, really. I like when people get to push their dream creations and are able to achieve more of what they love. And it's like it's a long journey as an artist, really. Like, you know, there's so much that you have to learn and get better at, try and experiment with. So it's definitely not an easy journey, that's for sure. But it's worth it. I think art is one of the most satisfying hobbies of all, really. So I'm just trying to add in a little bit of blue, if you guys can see, just to add some more color. I just don't want it to be just grey. I want it to have some color to it, so just trying to go very lightly because I don't want it to be overpowering, but I want it to be just right. So I'm going to do the same with her hair over here as well. Do you do art as well, Robin? Sounds like you're either very creative or very interested in the art circles, so. Priya Zarif, hello, how are you? I was watching your stream the other day and it was amazing. I was just very, very tired because I was about to go to bed. It was like 3 a.m. when I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so I was just lurking for a while, but your work is so vibrant and so creative. So yeah, I'm just trying to get the color a little darker because I wanted to have a lot of impact once I start going over the next layers, because I can't really go back. Once I start with the next layer, it's really hard to, you know, it's gonna interfere and smudge everything if I keep going with watercolors. So I need to be really, really sure that I'm happy at this point with the layers that I've got, and then I can move on. But only once I've finished this one, so we've got a ways to go. Amazing, I'm speechless, dear. You're welcome. You're most welcome. No, I love your stuff. It is so, so amazing. And I'm so happy to hear you like my work as well. No, it's really hard to create, you know, there's a lot of digital artists around these days, and it's really hard to create work that really stands out, and you've got a true knack for nailing a good composition and combining good color with it as well, and that is so hard to, you know, to pull off in a good way. So yeah, definitely really good work that you create. And I was so glad, because I wouldn't have found you if it wasn't for Charles Lister's art stream, because that's how I found you. Him talking about your work, and I was like, oh, I have to check him out. Gotta see what all the fuss is about. Charles is the dude, exactly. Yeah, no, he's definitely brought me, like introduced me to a lot of artists, you know, like I found Becca's art as well because of him, and yeah, I've really enjoyed the introductions, so it's awesome. Could be hard to find each other on Twitch, really. How old am I? I think I'm 29, and I'm living in Adelaide, Australia. So yeah, very far down south. So I need to add some more grey back into this wood piece. because I want it to look different from her hand. I want it to look like she's growing these weird ass limbs, you know? So yeah, I've just found, this is actually the first time I've worked with this paper. It's literally my dream paper now. I'll show you what it is. It's called Canson Bristol paper, and I've been looking everywhere to find paper that I can use my mechanical pencils on and use my blenders and have that same texture that I get in my my textbook. So, you know, my sketchbook is super smooth, but watercolor paper, because it has those rugged edges, what happens is the graphite ends up piling up and it doesn't create a nice smooth blend. So I can't use my graphite pencils on it. And so I was looking for a paper that I could achieve both with. You know, I want the watercolor to add that color in, but I also want to be able to have that same technique that I do when I'm sketching, and this has allowed me to do both. So it's the very, very first time that I've actually been happy with paper, and you know, it's doing what I want it to do. So it's not true watercolor paper, but it lends itself well enough to what I'm going to do with it. So that is all I needed out of it. There we go. Now you can actually see that it's wood. So yeah, I've worked her up quite well, I think. I'm not too sure whether I want to keep going with her at this stage, because, you know, she looks quite good. Personally, I don't want to be doing a whole heap, you know, or a whole heap of changes at this stage. So I'll do that in the next layer that I do. Don't want to get too carried away, but good to know. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's probably not everybody's preference, you know, but it's definitely mine. Most definitely mine. Have you been streaming this weekend, Puya? Yeah, actually in Iran time, I stream every morning. What time is it there at the moment then? Do you even stream on weekends? You don't take any downtime on weekends? Sometimes late night. Yeah, you know, with this corona thing, I hate weekends. Oh. Is it still really bad over there? Apparently, we only have about 17 cases in my state, so we're pretty okay in general. I don't know about the rest of Australia, but in my state it's pretty good. Not too much to be concerned about here. But that's because we've, done a lot to try and quarantine it, so it wasn't always that way. We did have quite a large number of cases here at one point. Probably not as much as the rest of the world struggled with, but more than you would like, you know. I mean, you want to have a number of 0, really. And a little bit. Oh, thank you for the follow, Livenius. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for joining us. Feel free to introduce yourself and tell us all a little bit about your work or your favorite artists or whatever. It was the worst for me personally. Nobody cares in here, really. You can check the news. We are one of the worst countries. Oh no. Hopefully you haven't gotten it. That would not be good. I know a couple of my friends thought that they'd gotten it, but luckily that was not the case, so I'm guessing from the sounds of it, if you're staying indoors a lot, you're probably quite okay. But still, it's so easy to get, so. And you need food and water as well, so, well, I mean, water you probably just easily get, but food you do need, so you do need to go out for that. Double check this paper and see how much it still looks like you can do. So it's definitely buckled, but not as much as I expected. All of my colors are there. I'll show you guys. All the colors that I wanted are there. It's looking very, very good so far. So the next layer is, me adding in some details, playing around with everything. So yeah. It'll be exciting. I'm excited to move on to the next step for sure. So did you guys have any lockdowns or any lack of resources? Like a lack of toilet paper? I think that was like a worldwide thing, really. So yeah, now I'm just going to go over essentially with my graphite pencil and really try and replicate the sketch work that I've already done. So I can use my old sketch as a reference point, because what I want to be the main thing with this is, I'll show you guys what I did with my watercolor paper. So this one was my mum's watercolor paper, and the main thing that I wanted is, how the line work is the first thing that you see. I wanted that to be, I wanted you to look at the picture and focus on the line work and have the yeah, the color be the second thing that you see, not the first thing. So yeah, that was the goal. So that's what I'm trying to get done here as well. I rather not tell you how things are in here. Oh no. Yeah, it's that bad? Like, I would have thought that it would have gotten better by now. It's been so long, you know? I love this pumpkin girl, thank you. Love its storytelling. Yeah, I need to double check if I follow you on Instagram as well, because I do know I definitely follow you on Twitch, but I think I wasn't logged in in my browser when I was looking at your Instagram account, so I need to double check that. Because that's where I went to look at your work before you were streaming, so... Are you familiar with the work by the graffiti artist duo Edom Crew? I think you'd really love their experimentation on like light and dark and everything. I'll type their name into the chat, so Edom Crew. There you go. So have a look at some of their artwork. I'm pretty sure you'd like it if you're not already familiar with them. I'll probably snap a picture of it when it's like this, and then you know, try and get it out of that reflective light. I think I'll turn off the other light and then snap the picture before I go on, because I want to be able to have both the process pictures here. There we go. So I have a lot of lights in this room actually. I've got so many lights. I've got lights up there that I use for my photography. Got a nice warm light over there, and I've got so many overhead studio lights. This is like the lightest room in the whole house pretty much. Which is good, you need that for art, so. This guy is a monster. I love his works. You know, the size of his paintings. Yeah, it is. He's just, he's unbelievably incredible. I mean, the way that he uses light and, you know, light and dark, and just puts this little section of light on his paintings. Yes, it's unbelievable. I love his stuff. You knew you'd like him. Yeah, I think he's, I don't know if they're still working on pieces together, because I know one of the guys got married recently, and I know they're doing their own thing at the moment, so whether they're still working together as a duo or not, I don't know. But yeah, he's got one of his artwork pieces is in my city actually. I'm so happy about that. Dart Guy, welcome! So glad you've joined us. You're late? That's okay. Don't worry about that. We've just made some good progress on this watercolor sketch I'm working on, which I'm doing on Bristol paper actually, and it's my dream paper. I finally found my dream paper. I was saying to you guys last week how I ordered this, and you know, I wasn't sure what I would think of it when I got it, but so yeah, it's amazing. I love it. So I'm just trying to add in some details at the moment, really. So yeah, I've got a whole lot of my Halloween sketches that I still need to color. Got my work cut out for me, really. So what makes Bristol paper so good? Well, the smoothness, really, and not only that, but what I wanted is to be able to have my line work be the main thing that I focus, on, and be the first thing you see when you look at my painting. And so that was really hard to achieve because the graphite wasn't blending really well with watercolor paper. It just didn't have a good look. It got really messy. And with this, because it's so smooth, I'll definitely be able to blend that in really, really nice and smoothly. So that was the main goal. What I was concerned about is whether the watercolor would actually, take to it, whether I'd be able to have it absorb and everything. So yeah, it did work. I was quite happily surprised about that, that's for sure. So I'll test it out just to make sure, but it definitely is blending beautifully. More than I actually expected. So I think it blends even better than my sketchbook paper does, so that's real good. So I actually tried to place an order for a new sketchbook earlier today, but the website wouldn't work, so it just didn't. It stayed constantly looping while I was in checkout. So I refreshed and refreshed, but no, it doesn't look like they want my money. So I was like, okay, then I will have to try and get this somewhere else then, because it doesn't seem very much like I'm gonna be able to get that purchased through you guys if it's being that much of a struggle. But I'll have a look after I hop off the stream, really. So, if I can try and see if I can find some then. So I already picked out the one that I want. Trying to remember its name now at the moment. I think it's the Paper Blanks Nova Stella notebook. So I'm getting it in A4 size again because that scans really well. And I like that little system I've got going. Have any of you guys ever used Bristol paper before? You don't think so? Do you ever do traditional sketching, Puya? Or do you only work digitally? Do you like to start your sketches traditionally, or do you start them digitally? Of course. Yeah, I would have thought so. Most digital artists do, but some like starting their sketches digitally. I find it a bit tricky, really, to start them digitally. Like, it just doesn't lend very well. The surface doesn't feel tactile enough, or I don't know. I just find my sketches turn out better when I do them traditionally, but then, you know, I am sort of a bit of a traditional artist now. I've transitioned over, I guess, so guess I don't really count. Come, I'll teach you the things. Okay, I'll have to watch your stream. Yeah, I haven't seen your traditional sketches really, so I'd be keen to see some of those. But your work with color is beautiful, truly. I'm just working on my language to speak better. I wanted to stream in English when I started. Okay. Well, that's very, very challenging, I think, and incredible that you're trying to do that. I think it's really difficult to stream in a language that's not, you know, one you're very comfortable in. That's for sure. Ah, I see. Isn't that Iran? No, it's Persian. Persian is so beautiful though. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous language. I like watching languages in streams in other languages anyways, so but I was watching a French stream the other day and it was pretty awesome. So I'm just adding back a little bit of detail. I'll show you up close. We've just made some more progress on her face and adding in some of those little details. So yeah, just very, very slowly I'm adding that back in because I lost that line work in the print. I printed it out very, very faded because I don't want the print to be done in the printer's ink, so I printed out very faint, so you don't even really see that by the end of the whole drawing, really. And then I just keep going over and over and over, and eventually I get there. I think it's better to say come by instead of come. It's a bit more polite, yeah. Just a help. I'll help you out with the English. Alright, let's try again. You can come by and visit my stream. Sure thing, sure thing. The artwork is so nice. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I definitely do need to actually, like, I lurked in your last stream, but I was so tired, so, you know, I fell asleep, so it was a bit hard. I wanted to say hi properly, so a bit hard if you're half asleep. Yeah, I can't wait to have all of my Jollywein sketches nice and done, really. Like, you know, they're beautiful in grey, but I like seeing them done in colour as well. Glad to see that it can erase pretty good as well. You really make beautiful characters. I don't think I can replicate that children's book look. Oh, thank you so much, Dark Guy. But really, like, children's books are just about, I guess, focusing on the imaginative side of the characters and sort of playing around with that, really. So. But yeah, children's books are definitely where I want to go with my artwork, and I'm currently trying to get into a couple of different agencies to work with, so hopefully sooner than later that will happen, because that is my dream come true. If that were to happen, so I'd be so excited. You're typing fast, don't mind, that's okay. I think most people, like the most popular sketchbooks among artists are the Moleskine ones. I've never really used those before, so I've always just used paper blanks. Ever since I got my hands on them, I've been very happy with them. So, you know, why change if you like it? Plus, they look gorgeous, so you know, there's that. How am I feeling? Oh, you heard that I was sick? I'm feeling pretty good at the moment, so I was feeling a lot more rough earlier today, so I just slept really. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. So definitely happy to be arting again, because I've been so excited to get started on this paper, and then I didn't get a chance to, and so then I got sick, and yeah, it was just a bit of everything happening all at once, really, as it does. But oh well. It's not the end of the world. You just gotta sleep it off, really. Thank you. Yeah, no, definitely feeling a lot better than I was. I think it's just, you know, if you don't sleep very well, which I'm terrible at because I like staying up late and making more artwork, and so that is a recipe for disaster, so you shouldn't do that, but I do. I hope you're not stressing yourself out, because that could also cause sickness. No, I'm definitely not stressing myself out. Literally, like, I've gotten to art the most that I ever have in the past month, so I'm definitely very happy that I've gotten to do that. So you know, I'm probably less stressed because I get to art so much. So yeah, I'm just trying to add in a lot of that, the sketching that I normally do show you guys what it looks like. We're slowly getting there. This is why I said I have to finish that bottom layer. You know, I can't go over that with watercolor anymore, because if I do, I'm gonna get that graphite smudged all over. So I needed to resolve that in that bottom layer, but you can still see all of those colors coming through, and that's what I wanted. So it's still got there. Still got that look done that I wanted, so. My dear, I'm gonna go for now. Have some stuff to do. It was wonderful seeing you. Amazing piece. Thank you so much for popping by. When I next see you stream, I will definitely stop by and come and say hello. That's for sure. Got to come and see what you're doing and how your beautiful pieces progress. You're welcome. You're most welcome. So yeah, beautifully working with the graphite this paper does, and I'm so excited. It's really doing everything I wanted it to. Still got a lot of work to do on her little bat friend as well, and hopefully get to work with some highlights after that. So yeah, very excited. Got a lot of bugs in my studio today. I can see them all like chasing the lights, like moths to the flame. Well, I'm attentively listening to you and drawing, so let's see how this piece ends up. Sure thing. What are you gonna draw today? I hope that all goes really well. So I want to try and get her shoe nice and dark and make it over with some little highlights as well in the end. Not sure at the moment, but we shall see. So in a little bit over an hour from now, I'm gonna have to do a bit of a coffee break, because I have this plush toy that's limited quantity as well, so only sold in limited quantities, and they are going to have a restock, and when they put them on, they sell out super fast. So I am going to take a bit of a coffee break in about an hour, so I can purchase that and also have some nice coffee, and then I'll get back into my drawing. So I'm just adding in all those little details back, ever so slowly. This also allows it to not be as saturated, because I want to keep that little like gothic look. Will you still be online after the break? Yes, it's not, I'm gonna leave the stream on. I'm only gonna have like a 5-minute break or a 3-minute break. Not very long, just enough to order that plush toy, and enough for me to make myself a cup of coffee. So yes, I will definitely still be streaming after that. And after that I'll still be online because I'm gonna be raiding somebody, so very, very excited. Murders, hello! Coloured puppeteer, looking good. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we've just started her on some new paper that I've tried out for the first time, and it's my very, very favorite paper. I've never ever had paper like this before, so I am overly excited today to have found this amazing paper to work with, and so yeah, very, very happy indeed. So it's not true watercolor paper, it's Bristol paper that I'm working on, and I'm so happy with it. The wonders of superb paper, magical qualities. Exactly. Yeah. Like, there was a lot of things that would have made me very happy this year, but of those things, this paper was one of the things that made me the most happy. So yeah, one of the big highlights of my year, which sounds weird, but you know, if you're really trying to achieve something and you're struggling to get the right medium for it, then when you finally do, it's a good feeling. So I'm more than happy that I got it. Paperish year? Yeah, definitely. It's been an interesting year, that's for sure. Crazy year. Like, everything is so different this year from before. Right around the world. But not much has changed for me. I'm just happy I found my dream paper. Yeah, like, I think it's been just a crazy year because of, like, you know, especially the financial shifts in everything, and that uncertainty for a lot of people was really stressfully crazy because it changed a lot of work prospects for people, and their jobs were in jeopardy, and that was insane. So yeah. Oh well. We will get through it. Some way or another, things will turn out the right way. Everyone has different kinds of crazy things, I guess. Worse and better, horrendous and magical paperish. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, I'm so happy with this paper. I'll even probably, you know, be happy to start a sketch straight onto it, really. Skip the whole printing process. I just like being able to have my original sketches in grayscale, I guess, so that is why I like doing them separately. And then I guess this allows me to amend any changes that I want to make. Not that there generally are that many, because I sort of tend to fix that up with, you know, within the sketch when I'm working on it anyways, so it doesn't really do that. I'll show you guys up close how she's coming along. Slowly getting there. But yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm going to draw next. Color next, because I'm trying to work through them all systematically, you know. I should probably put a print of this one up tomorrow or something, like, or do like I guess I'll do a print of my little pumpkin guys. Put that up in my Etsy store, and then I'll do this one. Because I'm just creating more work and I'm not really putting anything up on my store anymore. I'm a little bit lazy with that. I enjoy making more than, I guess, putting stuff on and editing stuff. So that's where all the fun is for me. But it's not all about fun, I guess. Because I know a couple of you guys have asked me on Instagram if I could put up some prints, and I feel really bad that I haven't, you know, I couldn't do that. I don't want to sell grayscale prints. I wanted to do them in color. So, you know, I feel really bad that I finished the pumpkin guy, and I know a lot of you guys really want him, but I haven't put him up just yet because I'm lazy. So I'll need to do that tomorrow, probably. Grayscale prints for those colorists who want to color them. Some people don't like drawing figures but like coloring. I know some people like that. Coloring books, really, I would hate that. That would just bore me, I guess. But I know that some people do actually enjoy that, so I guess figures can be quite frustrating as well when they don't work. But for me, that's where half the fun lies. But yeah, if I were to do something like that, it would be like a full coloring book, or I do like spreads on Patreon or something. I wouldn't just have single spreads on my Etsy store. I would do like Patreon spreads per month, or I'd do like a full coloring book that people could get if they wanted to. Yeah, one of my friends actually wants me to draw to do like a baby shower card for their little kids, so I'm just waiting on them to send me some more information of what they're after, really, before I get started on that. Full and solo version, why not both? Well, it's just a lot of, you know, I have to pay for every listing I put on Etsy, and it can get quite expensive. So I don't want to put too much stuff on my Etsy store all at once. Like it makes more sense to do that kind of thing just on Patreon for me, financially, I guess. Yeah, Etsy has fees. I want to move away from Etsy, really, because there's a couple of concerns I have with it. Like, you know, some artists have apparently not received their payouts. They've had to double check whether they got them and everything. So for me, luckily that hasn't happened yet, but this has happened to some artists that have very big like Etsy stores, and to think that that happens to them, you know, it could easily happen to my Etsy store as well. So that's a bit of a concern to me, the fact that you have to then double check that constantly the whole time, which shouldn't be happening. So, you know, I already have my store on my website that I could use, but some of the drop shipping companies I use for my apparel, like my t-shirts and my hoodies and all those things, they don't work. They don't directly like send the products to my website store. So they're working on integrations at the moment, but they haven't finalized those, which means I'm kind of stuck with Etsy, because I do really, you know, if I did move, I wouldn't be able to offer the same competitive shipping. You know, I'd be charging people in the States a lot more shipping than they deserve to pay, really, and I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm stuck with Etsy for now. Hopefully they'll fix that up and I can flip. But until then, I am in this little bit of a boat with Etsy, so just gotta wait and see what happens. Doesn't Printer have the same prices through Etsy or through your own shop, or was it Printful? I can't remember now. Yeah, so they don't have. It's just that because I have my website on Squarespace, it doesn't offer you different shipping rates for different countries. So I can only have one shipping rate, and because that ships from different places, you know, I can't really offer, you know, cheaper shipping to people in different states because it won't allow me to set that, even though those products don't require those additional shipping fees. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I'll just wait until they've sorted that out, and then I'll move. No clue about that one? Alright, Squarespace. Maybe you've never used Squarespace. Squarespace is pretty awesome. I'll never leave them. They're great for my managing my website without needing to worry about a lot, and not a lot of maintenance as well. So I'll never move from them. They're really good, but I don't want to have my store with them and have to double charge people or have a lot more work, like needing to alter prices. Really doesn't. It just won't work for me. So I'll need to give it a bit of a wait until they resolve that, and then I can switch over. Hopefully, that would be ideal. Then I don't have to worry about all of these different things as much. So yeah, the paper's definitely buckled a little in some places. Not that it matters to me, you know. It's not going to make much of a difference to my painting. But yeah, it has definitely buckled. Tea time. No worries, you enjoy your tea. I'm gonna make a coffee break in about an hour, so So that's my first timer, so a little bit from now I have another break that I'll need to take, and then I'll put you guys on a brief hold while I go make myself some coffee. But not for now, so at the moment I'll just keep going. And hold on, because I'm really keen to have my coffee, but I have to wait because I'm not gonna have a break till a little bit later, so. Yeah, she's definitely getting a lot more detail now. Yeah, and I'm very, very, very happy with how this paper is working out for me. That's for sure. Are you going to add a background? Probably not. I'm going to add a little bit of an illusion to where she's walking, but she won't have a whole heap of background added, really. If I do add background in my sketches, then I would like add the background on here, but for this one I didn't really do that, so I'm not adding in any more detail than I did to my sketch at the moment. I'm just essentially coloring it and in a little bit of redrawing. Essentially just adding in what was originally there, adding that back in, so not too much that I'm doing. Have you ever tried blotchy background textures instead? I feel it sometimes really adds to the dark elements of the sketch. Can I post a link here? Sure, yeah, go ahead. I'll have a look at what you're meaning by blotchy. I tend to do my backgrounds more in my oil paintings, really. Don't often do them in like quick little sketches, unless they're adding like some meaningful thing, I guess, to the piece. Then I'll do a background. Like I did a background for the girl in the lagoon, my Batsquatch one. That one had a background, and also a couple of others had like slight backgrounds as well, like my skeleton drawing definitely did. So yeah. If only you present tribute to the tea god. The tea god? Like, that makes me think of my tentacle tea drawing that I did a couple of years ago. I drew some tentacle tea that when you like drink it, you're like really daring because you never know what could happen after drinking it. Have you ever tried Tenty Tea, Murders? Time to add some more details back into her little fingers here. I'm gonna make make sure we know what's going on. I don't think so. Hang on, you never know. Possibilities are endless. Could, but I don't drink tea, just orange juice. I don't think so. Somebody didn't force me to drink it when I was asleep. With the carton and straw, well, you don't have to drink tea to present tribute to the god. It's all about respect. You can give a bit of orange juice as tribute. Oh dear. Sounds like a ruthless tea god. Tea cult? Oh dear. Oh dear, what are you guys doing on my stream? Recruiting on here for the evil tea cult. This is a coffee stream, by the way, not a tea stream. Don't draw everybody to the dark side. We gotta cultivate more coffee lovers, not tea lovers. I've never said anything about being evil. It's wonderful, Tish. I could surely say my tribute would be rejected promptly with a wave of tea. Coffee can be used as tribute too. No, I would like to very much, you know, be dedicated to my coffee and not tea. Thank you very much. I like my coffee. But in order to appease the tea god, I'm sure I'd be happy to provide some sacrifice. So if it's really necessary and there is no way out for me, I guess I'll have to do what I can do. You can be dedicated to coffee, but take tea as a lover. It's all about the fine balance. Oh dear, let me have a look at this this example you said. So you're meaning like, I see what you mean. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Dark Guy. So this is a work from a legendary artist called Jim Lee. Have a look at the background. It's really, really good, definitely. I guess I just don't want to spend a lot of time, like that much time on these pieces, really. So, you know, if I was doing background for all of them, I could spend forever, and I'm trying to focus on my oil paintings at the moment. The drawings are really to keep me, well, I'm trying to figure out a better like drawing style for this at the moment, which is what this whole experiment was for. But in general, my drawings are more to try and keep me in practice and come up with new cool concepts that may actually morph into paintings eventually. Some of them are better off as illustrations, so I never end up making drawings out of them, but others are better off as paintings, so it just depends really on the piece of work and whether I want it to be a painting or not. Never heard about him before? Time to Google. Yeah, so with the blotchy background, he dips tissue in India ink and dabs it for the background. The more he dabs, the more texture it gets. That is so cool, really. Is India ink expensive? Sounds expensive. Sounds like really high quality stuff as well. So I think my light comes from that side, so I need to try and keep that in mind. There are so many elements you can use to add texture. When we were at uni, we had to come up with lots of different kinds of textures. in one piece one time. So we had to bring different objects to class, and like the more variety of texture we could get, the better. And that was a pretty cool class. I like that one. But yeah, it was fascinating to just be able to play around with lots of different, essentially different mediums to create texture. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. He's the guy that was there during the rise of the Marvel and DC. He was basically holding the company up when they were falling. He and many other artists. Really? Like, what do you mean by holding them up? Like financially, or like publicity wise, are you meaning? I hope he's being thoroughly compensated for that now, because I mean, that is so common, so popular now. You know, he deserves to have been thoroughly compensated for it. So I'm just adding in tiny little details to her wood thing. Like we can nicely see what's happening there. Yeah, my boyfriend ordered this limited edition vinyl artist toy from one of the Gorillas figures, and I've literally not been able to wait to get that in the mail. I'm so excited to see it in person. It's an incredible piece. Right about it now, never got into comics, so that's why I don't know much. Financially, their comics were failing, so he and other specific artists came along and changed the landscapes as a whole. They never did get proper credit for it though, which is a shame. Yeah, that's terrible. That's kind of how it goes in that kind of stuff, which is awful. They changed the game, the dynamic figures, art styles, amazing poster images popping out of the page, so many more. Wow, that is awesome. Well, thanks to them, we now have really good characters. So. I may just add a little highlights with my gouache right at the end, but for now I'm just keeping going and adding in more and more little details. Trying to get a little bat friend looking all nice again. Because he needs some more details, and I need to get those little marionette lines in as well. So, got my work cut out with him. I absolutely love drawing bats now. They're challenging, but I love them. See, all that underlayer is finally like coming through, and you can really still see all the colors, which is what I wanted. So I get to have my beautiful line work, and I also get to have color to it, which is what I wanted, and it's all traditional medium, which is perfect. I get to work the way I want to work. So I'm very happy that I found this. And that is working out so well. I'm trying to figure out what I had done. I don't think I need to add a little bit more of a flap for his ear. There we go. Did you know for Spider-Man's character, his eyes weren't usually that big and his web was not a string but a net, which is why people found it boring. Then one guy Todd McFarlane came in, made his eyes bigger and made the webs like string. He made his movements in the comics more dynamic. The comic sold in the millions. Wow, that is awesome. I did not know that, and that is one like huge change. Definitely very creative. So I think this came out from his body area. So I had another one, but I don't know if I really want to add more, or if I want to just keep it this way, because I feel like I like just keeping the lines simpler and not having as many as I did in the sketch. But I'll have a look. To the people at Marvel, constantly berated for this, abused him, but he never gave up. He pushed forwards against all odds. It's tearing me up. He is my inspiration. Oh, that is awesome, and sounds like you've got someone you really admire to look up to. So yeah, that's definitely hard work, and he must have really believed in, the artwork itself. So that is truly beautiful. Yeah, I think I just want to try and keep it simple, really. Don't want to go over it too much. Just nice and simple should do the trick. So I don't know if this is like sort of a plush toy or a taxidermy kind of bat that she's got. I like to think of it more as like a plush one, I guess. That means he didn't have to die. I'm trying to keep it as close as possible to the reference. There you go. That's what the details are helping add. A lot more definition, that's for sure. So there we go. I love how bats have these little pig noses. It's super cute. So I've still got my light coming from that side, so I need to make sure I do the highlights properly and do the shading properly as well, which is what I'm attempting to at the moment. And I didn't define this very well, I feel, in the sketch, so I'm gonna add a little bit more detail to where that fluff ends and where the wings start. Just got to make the tip a little bit darker because it's flopping down and I need it to be in the shadows really. There we go. So her little bat friend has gotten a lot more detail now. Definitely much better than he looked before, which is good. I need to try and see if I can work a little bit more shading into the face as well. Are you going to add the outline to the other side of the face? What exactly are you meaning by outline? I need to make some more, just need to add some more shading really, that's what I'm trying to do. To her right, the shade and outline because it looks light. Yeah, so I'm starting to shade the other area. I need to work this area darker a little bit because this is the darker side of the face. But I want to add shadow to the other side, like not shadow, but more, I guess, darken up the other side of the face as well, which is why I do need to work that side as well. So first I need to get this side darker, so that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So yeah, it's about half an hour now before I can go and have my coffee break, buy my plush toy, and then I'll be back into drawing as well. So I've got a bit of a time to go. Then I'll have to put you guys on a short break after that. And get to go buy, hopefully I'll successfully buy the plushie for the first time in ages because I've been trying so incredibly hard to get it. And I don't want to miss out all over again, so the sooner, to her right, the shade and outline, because the sooner the better, you need the energy boost. I know, but they won't restock the limited plush toys that I'm trying to buy until around 2:30 a.m. my time. So it's now 1:25, so I need to wait a bit until they restock those, because I won't be able to buy them until then. So yeah. Hopefully I'll finally have one. I'm so excited. How's your drawing coming along, by the way? I hope that's going well. I'm in a bit of a multitask, so lurking mode. Yeah, it is. I put it up on Discord for you to see later. No worries, I'll go and have a look then. Maybe I'll do that in my break if I have enough time. Otherwise, I'll have a good look at it definitely when I get off stream. That's for sure. So, what are you multitasking on, Murders? So yeah, I'm finally getting that nice blending that I got. I don't want to disturb you on stream, which is why I didn't say anything. Oh, that's okay. Making a map for a game? Oh, cool. That is so awesome. What game is it for? Like, are you making it with some friends or making it yourself? That is so cool. I used to make a lot of maps when I was a kid for fun. I really enjoyed it. Professional cartography. Some fantasy Viking thing. We made a 3-day variation for a weekly game jam and now remaking it slowly together with a pal. Wow, that is so awesome. You should let us know, like show us some progress work for that in the Discord channel. I'd love to see that. I hope that goes well. Are you guys planning to try and sell that eventually, or is it more of like a hobby? Because I mean, indie games are super popular at the moment. People are really into that right now. Myself included. Love indie games. So just need to try and have her lashes a little bit more defined than before. There we go. And now I need to very lightly try and shade the other side of her face here, because it needs form, but not as much shading as that that other side, so I can go really lightly. In comparison, it doesn't have to be the same. You should play this. Hang on, it's more of a hobby thing. It's more of a hobby thing. I've made games for game jams previously too, but never commercial ones. Wow, that's awesome. You should play this indie game, Binding of Isaac. It's a really fun little game. It's got a dark feel to it. Okay. Could you post the name of that in the Discord channel so I can check it afterwards? Hi Nika, hi Vanta, welcome! I just got back from touring your studio and it's awesome how perfect the aesthetic and your art, which is great, fit together. I'm pretty new here, but your channel is awesome. Thank you Vanta, thank you so much for your kind words and letting me know. I'm so glad you toured my studio. We spent a lot of effort. I need to update those pictures as well because I got a lot of new stuff since then. But yeah, I love collecting like different things and little collectibles and such. So yeah. Do you like antiques yourself? Thanks so much, Dark Guy. Thanks for posting that. I'll definitely check that out after this stream and have a look. I found this new game called, literally, I think it's called Dark, and it's really cool. It's about a little boy stuck in a nightmare, really, and he has to find his way out. So he's stuck in his own nightmare, and he can't go out, unfortunately, but you have to help him find his way out of his nightmare. So sounds like a pretty interesting game. I'm keen to get it. It sounds very similar to the game Little Nightmares, which I do really love the aesthetics of, but don't have a whole heap of time to, I guess, color all of them. So I mean play all of them. So yeah, I really need to spend more time playing games on my weekends. I miss that. Now we're on to the shoes. So we've made some good progress. I don't know if I'm gonna go over it with too much highlights at the end, because really this is already doing quite well for what I wanted to achieve with it. So but yeah, thanks for stopping by, Vanta. So glad to have you here. So we've just tried out this new paper today, which is the first time I've really tested anything on this paper, and I'm so happy with how it all turned out. It's my dream paper, and I'm so happy to have found it because it's not normal watercolor paper. It's like a very smooth paper. It's called Bristol paper, and I'll show you up close just how like the watercolor takes to it. It's quite nice, and you can blend really nice and smooth with that that nice blending tool with my graphite. So that's really what I wanted to achieve. It's super awesome. I also had if I can try and quickly grab it, I used my mum's watercolor paper to do a painting of my little pumpkin duo the other day, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. So yeah, they're not too saturated, but I couldn't get that nice smooth blending, which was fine in this piece, but that's what I was looking for. So I finally found a paper that could do what I wanted. And I'm so glad that I did, because it was a long quest this year to try and find paper like that. So I'm very happy that I did. So I just need to try and make sure that this doesn't look like it's suddenly starting. It's actually like nicely going into that edge. So yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna tackle tomorrow, because I don't really have a drawing planned for tomorrow, whether I'm gonna do a new one or do more coloring or do my oil painting. Yes, I remember this one. I think I found you from a Twitch raid. Oh, and I followed you because of the pumpkin piece. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I don't know if you were, I don't remember seeing you there when we did the colored version of my pumpkin, but that was a whole load of fun. We had 2 attempts. One was done on, I'll show you. The first attempt was done on this really terrible watercolor paper that, if you can see, it just doesn't blend well. It sort of goes really crumbly. Yeah, so it's not great, and it came out with that sort of blotched look as well, and I was really trying to get a nice smooth look for it. So yeah, it didn't work well. So we gave up on that, and then I used some of my mum's watercolor paper, which worked a lot better. Luckily she had some lying around, otherwise I would have been a bit stranded, and she was happy for me to lend some of that. So yeah, and then I shopped around because I knew that that wasn't quite the smoothness that I wanted. So, you know, I found some Bristol paper, read up a lot about it late one night, and decided to give that a go. And I'm very happy with it. So ultimately that's probably what I'll be working with more in the future, because I'm so happy with it. I like to stick with things that work well, but I also like trying new things, because you never know. Like, you know, if I never tried Bristol paper, I wouldn't have known that this would have worked that well for me. So we needed to take a risk, and sometimes it pans out and sometimes it doesn't. I'm glad you found the long-term companion. Yeah, me too. Definitely. Definitely very happy. We will be good friends for a very long time. Yeah, something that used to be extremely difficult for me to draw used to be eyebrows. Um, I don't know, they're just one of those really elusive things that also add a lot to a character's personality, and so it's crucial that you have to get them just right, but they have so much potential to go wrong as well, so you gotta you gotta really practice them. And so yeah, that was a bit of a frustrating time for me when I couldn't draw those really well, and took some time to really focus on just that, which really helped me improve that over the time. So I'm glad that I did. Then there was a time when I really struggled drawing ears, and so I would practice and practice that until I felt comfortable with that. So yeah, I've just added a lot more definition to her face. Slowly, slowly getting there. Yeah, there is always this one part of the anatomy every artist just cringes when drawing. Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you can't really get over it unless you throw yourself in the deep end and just keep doing it. Keep doing it and keep going with it. The face looks better now. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad that that's improved. So it's not long now before I have my coffee break, and then I will see you guys after. We'll put you guys on a brief hold when I do. Won't be too long. I'll just need to go and buy that plush toy, and then I'll get some coffee, and then I will be back. So I won't leave you guys super long. For me, it's the whole anatomy. Oh, have a good break and good luck with the plush. Oh, I'm not going the break just yet. Still about 15-ish minutes, I think. Hang on, no, I think it's still longer than that because it's only 2 a.m. so it's still a lot longer than that. Just getting excited. I was gonna go and have my nice cup of coffee, but not yet. Not just yet, so gotta wait. So many bugs in my studio tonight. It's crazy. I think they're all chasing up these beautiful lights that I've got on. Hopefully that's adding in a little bit more definition to her skirt. Keep practicing, my friend. There's so many anatomy references out there. Your body itself is a reference. I use the mirrors sometimes. It's weird, but you gotta go crazy to improve. Yeah, you do. And like, it can be creepy, but you could also like watch people's anatomy, you know, public spaces, or Google like different challenging poses as well. That really helps, I find. And like, if you have siblings, draw them. I feel like that really helped me. Even if they find it weird and creepy, who cares? They can learn to understand that they have an artist sibling and deal with it. So the old sibling trick, yeah. Well, siblings are really useful. Like, if they're not sitting the way that you want them to, like, they're actually pretty moldable. You can just take them and like move them the way that you want them to be. So You can't do that with random strangers, but with siblings you can kind of have a lot more freedom to maneuver them into the pose that you want, and that's useful, so, you know? Like that example? Yeah. Like, think of siblings as some of those wooden dolls that you buy from the art store that you can just pose as you please, you know? Certainly wasn't a lot of that blue left in the end. Which is a bit of a shame, but not too bad. You can still see it. I don't want it to be oversaturated, that's for sure, because I want it to have this gothic look, and I'll lose that if I have it too saturated, so don't want to go too far and get too carried away, that's for sure. They're your personal puppets. I think that's why God created them for us. Exactly. They're there for us. Maya, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your art, or a favorite artist of yours. That would be so funny, like molding your siblings. Exactly. I've done it. I've like literally asked them, look, I need this pose. Could you stand like that for me? And then they'd be there on their phone and just keep doing things while I sort of maneuver them the way that I want them. So they're very useful, I can tell you that. I mean, we gotta put them to some use, you know? What would their purpose be if not for that? Luckily, I have both a brother and a sister, and so it's very easy for me to do both genders, like have an example of both genders' anatomy, which is good. Like, you gotta have one of each. Or just tie them up with love, of course. Well, or that. Yeah. Life would be quite sad. Like, I always feel bad for people who don't have siblings. I think it's hard and lonely, and I feel so blessed that I have ones. Because I think that's definitely very awesome and very special. But yeah, I'll be posting this one on Instagram once I'm done. So probably not today. I usually like loathe needing to edit things for Instagram for days, and then I finally get to it, and when I have a free moment here or there, which often doesn't happen because I'm spending so much of my time on creating rather than, you know, posting, so I often forget which ones I've not shared, but I need to get a bit better at that. So I definitely do feel like the folds I've achieved in this one look better than my initial sketch, which I'm really happy about. But that's a nice thing about being able to rework it a little bit, you know, you can get to fix little things that you maybe weren't entirely happy with, or maybe you just see them better next time around that you tackle that piece. I don't know how it works really, but in any case it works well, so I will definitely keep doing it this way, because I like to keep my grayscale sketches separate from my you know, colored pieces. I don't know why, just to me it feels nice being able to look back and see that beautiful grayscale piece later all on its own, you know. That's just something that I really enjoy. So yeah, I've added a whole lot of details to her. Need to add back in a little bit of this shadow that I had though. Before I do that, I should probably, because I wanted to add some watercolor background, so I need to probably do that. But which color? I probably would go for a brown, I guess. I think she should be walking on soil or maybe a pavement, but I don't want to go with more grey because I've already got a lot of grey, so I think I'm definitely going to stick with adding some nice brown, that's for sure. Just mix up a little bit over here and then try and get it lighter because I don't want to go too dark. I think that's just about right, and then add just a little clue that she's trailing along, you know. Need to work really quickly to try and not have that be too harsh, the lines, you know. I want to be quite gentle with that, really. But I'll slowly get there. Just want to add enough so you get a little idea of, you know, where that swirl started and everything. Just a little shadow. And then once that dries, I can go over, so try and show you guys. There we've got the beautiful flecking. So that line over there on the top, that's what I really struggle to achieve when I'm colouring digitally. And I really wanted to be able to get that sort of nice clean line that I get with the watercolour. And this has really allowed me to do that, so I'm super happy. So yeah, now the question is, do I go over with highlights? And if so, how? Like, how will I go about that? Because there are so many ways I could, you know, add in those highlights to her hair and such. Like even just not even doing anything would give enough of an idea, really. But I don't know. I feel like maybe some light sections of gouache could help. Is that where the gouache comes in for the highlights? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'm considering doing that. So this drawing definitely took a lot quicker to color than my pumpkin one, that's for sure. My pumpkin one took quite a lot longer, actually. So, yeah. So try and see what I did in my little sketch and have a look at just curious why I couldn't get that same gradient over there, but definitely works a lot better here. I've never really used it. What's your opinion about it? Gouache? It depends. I mean, I actually hate gouache, but it depends what I'm using it for. So if I'm painting just in gouache, I hate it. I think that's just a personal thing, really. The reason for hating it is more because I just don't feel comfortable with how it works. It doesn't do the kind of style of coloring that I want to achieve. I like oil paint and I like acrylics, and gouache is sort of a combination, like it's sort of a mix between watercolor and acrylics, I think. It's really good for people who like to get flat color and, you know, don't want to, I guess, don't want to get a lot of like the textured lines of the brushwork in their stuff. So, you know, acrylic leaves a lot more brush lines, gouache less so. So if you're not really after that, then gouache is your way to go. But yeah, if you do want that, then that's obviously not desirable, and you don't want to be working with gouache. So it really just depends what you want to do. So I'll see if I can add just ever so slightly a little bit more color to my little batch frame, because I just want to add a slight bit more color, and then I'll have a look. So I'm already happy with it, but whether or not I go over it a bit more, that's the question. So I'll have a look. I'll pour out some gouache and see if I want to attempt that. This is probably not. Let me have a look. What would be the best brush to use for that? That should work fairly well. I'll just pour out. This is very old, is it? Just struggling to get this paint out of the tube. It's like it's really gotten stuck in there. But I finally got there, so. Looks like the paint has actually hardened up quite a bit, so we'll see if I can just ever so slightly add in tiny little highlights with my gouache, and that is definitely bringing it out that little bit. So the reason I'm using gouache for this and not acrylics is because acrylics would leave a little bit more of a ridge, and they just don't blend in as well as you know, as the gouache would. So it's preferable to do it this way. I want to go over her knuckles as well to sort of show where that light is shining. And the nice thing is I can also blend it in a little bit, so that's also awesome. So if you can see there, I've just added in a little bit more highlight, so now you can really see where her hand is shining and all that. So I'll do it on the other side as well, because I want them both looking similar. And then I've got a little bit of highlight to her left eye as well. Just need to be really gentle. Probably need to go over that again as well. So now I'm curious to see what it will do for my highlights, but I have a feeling, yeah, no, this pen, this should be fine. I'll go very, very gently, but I need some more water because this paint is extremely dry. It's like, I think it's dried up in the tube a little bit, which is what's going on here. So, there we go. Hopefully that will work a bit better. There we go. So yeah, I'm just adding in those really crucial little highlights into her hair. And then I need to fade them out because I don't want them to be that strong. There we go. So just want to make sure we can tell that her hair is nice and shiny. The nice thing is I can actually water it down as much as I want to, and then it becomes almost virtually like the watercolor underneath it. So it's really nice like that. So this is the only thing I like gouache for, really. It is for doing things like this. But yeah, it's definitely been a journey. I'm very happy with where it's gotten to. So just trying to add in little highlights there for her shoes so you can see where that lighting is coming from. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this a lot more than working on my, coloring it digitally. I always enjoy the coloring process, but never as much as I've enjoyed this. So I definitely think I've found my preferred medium, that's for sure. I'm so happy. So now I can put, finally, some little highlights on that gemstone so we can see what's going on there. Her nice little gemstone jewelry. And I've got to start shading the other side as well. I mean highlighting. We've kind of done with it shading at this point. So it's really nice that I've got all these different layers now that I can really work with to, you know, get the contrast that I want out of this piece. And I'm so glad, because yeah, it's normally quite challenging to get different mediums to work together like that. Definitely with traditional, you and the paper are more connected and you can actually feel the art, and it teaches you patience as well. Yeah, I feel a lot happier when, you know, I'm not sitting in front of my iPad. I love my iPad and I love coloring on it, don't get me wrong, but this is a lot more enjoyable than working on my iPad. I can feel the pixels through the screen. The pixels touch me in all sort of ways. Oh, well, I'm so glad that you like it. I wish that were the case. Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice if we can actually all, like, draw together in person, you know, properly. But time travel has not yet been invented, so this is where we're at for now, you know? Maybe hopefully one day they invent such a thing, which would be really truly awesome, I think. So I'm just adding a little highlight to my bat's eye over there. I'm going to give him a little bit of detail. Tiny little highlights. There we go. Yeah, I think we're actually almost pretty much done, to be honest. So, a lot quicker than I thought. Didn't think I'd be able to finish her up tonight like this. I was thinking, oh, maybe we're gonna have probably about, you know, 2 streams to need to finish her up, so maybe drawing party at the world's largest coffee shop. Exactly! You've got it just right. Coffee shop sounds fantastic. Although I think murders would prefer a tea shop, but you know, I like coffee. Maybe I should make my own orange juice god. Basically a gigantic orange juice box with a halo that talks, like the annoying orange. Ooh, I don't know, do we want one? I don't know, that sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds more annoying than helpful. I've already got the annoying tea god, you know. I don't think we need more. So yeah, it's been a long journey with this painting of mine, but yeah, I'm absolutely so happy. I'll show you guys what the highlights do. You know, you can really push forwards certain sections of those folds and add a lot more detail as well. So, you know, this area I was able to lighten up a lot more against that darker background. So, and I am so in love with the lighting on her shoes. I feel like the gouache really helped bring that out as well. So yeah, it's definitely pretty awesome. So just trying to add in more shading to her down here, so you can, I'll try and blend that in more, but I really want to have a good amount of contrast on the bottom here. You know. Really want it to be obvious that she's got some shadow going on. I find that shadows are literally things that can make or break a piece so well. Like, they're so useful, really. I almost thought that was a mosquito. We've just entered mosquito season here and I hate them. Like, ugh. So yeah, it's been a long journey with this one, but I think she's pretty much done. So I'm really happy that I got to finish her up tonight, and I'm so appreciative to all of you guys as well for joining me in this process. But I'll have to end the stream because it's a good time for me to probably get some sleep after this. But before I do, I would love if you guys could join me and go and raid somebody. I will be hanging out around their stream for a while because I'm gonna make my coffee break. I have to stay up for half an hour anyways to go and buy that limited edition plush toy that I'm really excited about. So I'm gonna be doing that, and then we will be raiding together. So if you guys want to join me and show some love to another artist that I really admire as well, that would be so amazing. But I just really wanted to thank you, Jovanes Lupes, for subscribing today. It really means the world to me, and it's really encouraging that you've contributed to supporting my artwork as well. Yeah, truly thankful. If you're still watching, if you're still lurking or whatever, thank you so much. Raiding, that goes with Vikings. Will we pillage too? That's up to you guys. I think pillaging sounds great. Let's all go pillage as well. So I will go quickly find another artist to follow. So I'll quickly see who is online and who we could follow. So I think, let me have a look. Who is streaming at the moment and who could we give some love to at the moment? So it does seem like there is another artist that is also streaming some dark traditional art, and she's currently seemingly drawing some arrows and a skull. So we could go and give her a bit of a raid. But before I do that, just thank you so much to every single one of you for supporting my artwork and being here to share the process and the journey with me and help boost me forwards. But for now, I will first roll the credits, and then we can have a look at just rating them. So just give me one moment and I will get that done. So I will see you all again tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming in the daytime and as well at nighttime. So whenever I see you guys next, I'm sure you'll be notified when I'm next on. But I'll figure out what I'm going to do for that stream because we've got a couple of ideas, but we'll see. For now, let us go and do some raiding for Becca.